I had a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door yesterday delivering their magazines, The Watchtower and Awake, very entertaining. Usually I invite them in when they come around and have a chat with them because they're always very polite and it's always interesting to have these conversations. But the dog was playing up yesterday, so I couldn't really do that. But it did get me thinking actually, because on one occasion these Jehovah's Witnesses came around. It was about 3 or 4 years ago actually, and I invited this person in, and we were talking about it, and particularly the stuff that's in the Watchtower. Awake is kind of the activist, social conscience magazine that they distribute. The Watchtower is much more kind of to do with spirituality and biblical stuff, you know what I mean? And we were looking at one of these together when they came around this chat, and it's all very kind of soft versions of it, but ultimately it is about accepting Jesus Christ as your saviour in order to live a good life, but also ultimately to join the Father at the end, you know what I mean? And if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your saviour, then sure enough you go to the other place and burn in hell for all eternity. And I was talking to this chap about that, and eventually he kind of conceded that that's what he believed. Because I told him I was an atheist, I was straight up with him. I told him I was talking to him because I was interested in the kind of philosophical issues. And he did kind of concede that at some point, if I didn't accept Jesus Christ, even on my deathbed, then I would burn in hell for all eternity. And when I pushed him on that, he did also concede that I deserved it, that it was my responsibility to take action, to meet the Redeemer, I think is how he put it, and if I didn't do that, then that was my willful choice not to do that, and I deserved any consequences that follow, including eternal torture. It's interesting, I thought that. The idea that because he was a really nice guy, and I'd met him a couple of times before, and I've kind of come across this viewpoint from other people, actually. We don't have an awful lot of religious fundamentalists in the UK, and I very rarely bump into these people, but I have 3 or 4 times. And it always has that kind of patina of strangeness about it for me, because on 1 or 2 occasions when I've met people, and I got to, occasionally got to know people. I used to work with someone who I didn't know there was a fundamentalist Christian, but it turns out was, and I got quite friendly with this person, and this has got quite a long time ago now, and and this person was clearly liked me, in a purely platonic way, nothing weird about it, but it clearly liked me, and I liked this person, and we got on, and we're kind of friends, we were friends. But at the same time, when I found out more about this person, they did have this same viewpoint this chap from Jehovah's Witnesses had, that because I hadn't accepted Christ into my life, that I would burn in hell, and that again, because I had the free will to make that choice and hadn't made it in the right direction, that I deserved to burn in hell. So in that case, he was a person who liked me, possibly, maybe he said loved me in a purely platonic way, really cared for me, and did say it in as much as in those terms. But at the same time, felt I deserved to burn in hell for all eternity. To be honest, I didn't say this at the time. It just drifted off. But I think now, I would have to be upfront with that person and just say, look, I don't want your love. I don't want you to care for me. I don't want your friendship. I don't want you to like me. I don't want to be friends with people like you who think I deserve to burn in hell for all eternity. And quite frankly, if you think I deserve to burn in hell for all eternity, if you think I'm damned, you shouldn't be friends with me. You're just being a hypocrite. Don't befriend people who you think deserve to burn in hell. Don't love these people. Don't like them. Leave them alone. And that's what I would say to that person now, and to other people who are presenting similar kind of things now. I didn't say this to the person who came around because they weren't my friend, but I think I would have done if they'd gone down that particular line. No, I don't mind being patronised, but if someone pretends to be my friend and then says, yeah, but you deserve to burn in hell, then that's not a definition of friendship I'm willing to accept.